small. Wow, tiny.
You are currently listening to Tiny Table,
where we explore TTRPGs you might not have heard of.
Whether big or small, we hope to cover them all.
Because we know that great things can come in tiny packages.
Hello and welcome to Tiny Table, where no game is too small. From rules to rolling to review, we teach RPGs so you can play too. And welcome everyone to the first actual play episode of our new game, Draw Steal.
I'm so glad we all knew what to do without discussing it beforehand. That was actually awesome.
The brand new fantasy heartbreaker from MCDM, the first full RPG made by Matt Colville's game design studio. I have been champing at the bit to play this game since I backed it on BackerKit or Indiegogo or whatever website. Gosh knows how long ago, but this thing is going to be such a treat. All my 4th edition heads in the audience know what real fun is. This is 4E2E, baby. That's all I need. To introduce things and kick things off, if I could have all of my wonderful players introduce themselves, their pronouns, their character, their pronouns, and if you were to gain instant, perfect, virtuosic mastery of one martial weapon of the medieval or Renaissance age, what would you want to wield?
Hi, I'm Holly, they, she, and I'll be playing Amaranth Visor, she, her. And it was really hard. I almost picked the rapier, but it has to be the bow and arrow. Because every time I watch Lord of the Rings, I'm watching Legolas do all that crazy elf shit. And I'm like, it should be me.
It should be me. And speaking of me, hi, I'm Skyler. He, they, it, all interchangeable, and I will be playing Noelle the Scholar. She, her. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. And with that, I went through a few, because I'm a big lover of pole arms, but then I thought, what would be dopest to just flow with at a rave or a music festival? And so I would love if I had the ability to just go ham with a bow staff, spinning, doing tricks on it. I want something I could just sling around at Burning Man or Coachella. I would get one that has
places.
Yeah, something that just has giant lights on the end of it. So if I need to kick someone's ass, I can. But I mostly just want to be twirling that bad boy Wukong style and having a fun little fire circle around me doing my own thing. So for a very non-practical purpose, the bow staff.
Oh, you're totally putting LEDs up and down that thing and doing it in a dark room. And...
Yeah, absolutely. I'd get one of those ones where if I spin it consistently, there's an image of a lotus or whatever, Yeah.
This is how you get invited to Burning Man and don't have to pay for a ticket.
Exactly. I'd go as a performer.
Even better. Hi, I'm Neo. I use they and he pronouns, and I'll be playing Darius of Great Legends, the Hakan who uses he, him. The medieval weapon that I would like to most master is the falchion.
Yeah.
Or falchion, or however you say it. It's just the best shaped sword. It looks so dope, and it would be swashbuckling pirate. Who doesn't want to wield a sword? It's the coolest. Or a meteor hammer. That would be sick as fuck. But I just don't think it would be effective in all forms of combat. Shouts out all my meteor hammer fans out there. Prove me wrong in the comments. But I just feel like the application is more limited use. But a sword? You can use that for anything.
And I mean, if we're saying that you have perfect masterful proficiency with this, you could probably wield 3, juggle them, and also get invited to Burning Man.
There we go.
Sword juggler, let's go.
Let's go.
All comes back.
To Burning Man.
And I have been, and will continue to be your director and burning woman, Julian. She, her pronouns. I'll be playing everybody else, assorted pronouns. And if I had to choose one, I have to listen to my heart. As much as I would want to seem cool by picking a particular flavor of polearm and being did you know that this flavor of polearm, bleh. I have to think about my build. I have to think about my history. It is a rapier, or more likely like a small sword, like the thing that you think a rapier is, and then you look at a real rapier at like the Met and you go, well, these things are fucking huge. I just want to wield a long, skinny, stabbing blade because The Princess Bride is and will always be my favorite movie of all time.
Yeah.
And I want to be T-Girl Inigo Montoya.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Sorry, Dad. I know you listen to this podcast. You can stay alive. I'll be like, I'll avenge some other person.
I'll find someone else.
Incredible.
You killed my ficus. Prepare to die.
Not the ficus.
My ficus is very healthy. Thank you very much.
Well, you better hope it stays that way.
I pick up the sword, it just wilts.
No!
All the wasted years. Let's kick things off. We are going to be joining our heroes in the barony of Dalrath, ruled by the benevolent Lord Kenway. We are doing this in the kind of official setting of Draw Steel, but this can also be a game that very easily fits your kitchen sink fantasy games of any sort. It adapts well to any fantasy setting you could imagine. Though if you're playing some of the ancestries, like some we'll see here, you might find some outside of your regular Tolkien assortment. To kick things off, you all are a newly formed band of heroes who have arrived to the village of Broadhurst. You're here? Doing what else? You're looking for adventure. I want to go around the table and have each of you give me a bit of a description of your character. I would like to know their ancestry, along with some visual description of what they're wearing. Tell us what their class is, with a little just quick tease of what to expect when these heroes draw steel. And of course, tell us what wonderful, sordid, complicated, and terrible, tragic backstory has led you into a life of roving heroics and brought you into contact with your two fellow compatriots. We join our heroes here in the quiet Featherbed Inn in the town of Broadhurst, sitting around a table, quaffing ale and sucking down stew. It's not terribly appealing, but what is in this town? Perhaps our most worldly and esteemed formerly upper crust member would like to go first and speak a little as to how this compares to life in the big city. Holly?
Well, Amaranth used to be a hired and trained spy of House Alvaro of the capital for Duke Prospero. My great-grandfather came to the House Alvarel for a deal from the Seven Cities of, hell. But, the portal closed behind him. But no worries. He saw the way to make a name for himself here in the capital, and my family stayed. And, well, I did my service and the College of Black Ash, as I am a shadow. A rogue for those of the more 5e sort. But sadly, on my second mission with my partner Antonio Indigo, well, he quite fumbled it, I might say, and Duke Prospero didn't really see it that way, and apparently it was my fault, and I was...
Just because I'm a divil.
Just because I'm a divil, and I was disgraced and told to leave, air quotes. So I'm sticking it to him. I'm going to become an even better spy, and I'll make my own guild, and he'll have to put me back in, please.
You'll show them all.
And Amaranth is a 5'0" kind of hoity-toity girl twink.
No, Holly, your character.
Oh, sorry. Blue. With bright golden eyes and very twirly-quirly bejeweled horns, steel caps. I have some steel wrapped around them, and I'm dressed in all black, but it's quite hoity-toity garb, like leather hoity-toity.
Two-tone black on black.
Yes. And I'm sulking. I have very curly black hair that's kept up in a bun, and I'm quite cross.
Mm-hmm. In the fashion of capital, your study at the College of Black Ash would have been sponsored by House Alvaro, which means that the House Alvaro sigil is still stitched into your uniform. Do you wear it proudly? Do you cover it? Have you defaced it?
They told me I had to cross it out. They told me I could keep the uniform, but I had to cross it out. There's really bad embroidery over top of it.
Oh, it sucks. I love it.
There's like a really shitty, like amateur done flower.
Yes. It's an amaranth. Kind of.
This is my battle jacket.
If you squint, it looks like an amaranth.
Are those... Is that a bushel of grapes on your shoulder?
Close enough.
We'll pivot our look over to the inquisitive, curious-looking individual who now inquires about the embroidery on Amaranth's leather garb. Skyler, would you give us a description of Noelle?
Certainly. So, Noelle is a oddly hulking, 6 foot tall woman made of glass. She is sort of a tinted shade of cerulean, sharp, angular features, high cheekbones, very intense looking, especially in her fully ironclad steel plate mail. She has a presence about her. Her hair is tied up in the tightest knot humanly or inhumanly imaginable. I am will likely mispronounce this terribly, Memenek.
As far as I'm aware, that is exactly how that's pronounced.
Fantastic. I was pronouncing it Memenek earlier on and thought that doesn't sound right. But with that, Noelle the Scholar is a tactician, the sort of martial leader and the only non-magical class within Draw Steel. She wields a little sword that can be seen on her side, as well as there is a shield, but the striking thing that she carries with her is, despite her, taller stature, she herself is dwarfed by a giant, massive, thick bow with drawstring, and an equally massive quiver for firing what looks almost like ballista bolts out of this thing. She is sitting down, I think, if we're around a table, has schematics. There are multiple journals dangling off of, various belts and things. She keeps herself very well equipped, but packed neat, very efficient, and, angular, as she kind of leans in, trying to parse what this weird, great flower cluster on your shoulder could possibly mean, because it's certainly of no house she's studied.
How is it that she became a hero, a roving adventurer?
Yes, so for Noelle grew up with humans. Was something happened, whether it was sent down Superman style or some terrible magic gone awry, was taken from the... Is it time?
The timescape is the totality of existence, and the
okay.
Memenek come from one of the far-reaching planes. I believe
It's like the
plane of
law?
absolute order and law. Yeah.
Yeah, was somehow stricken from the plane of order, found by 2 scholars of a small village, and raised as a sage, learning the ins and outs of magic, monsters, strategy, as her and her immediate sort of foster parents were kind of the only defense for this small village against the supernatural and surreal.
Was this small village named Kansas by any chance?
Bro who just watched Superman for the first time last
Yeah.
week.
And with that, grew up kind of, idolizing the pursuit of knowledge, as it is the one thing that she believes can protect the otherwise ordinary individuals from the magic and insane, dangerous world that surrounds us. But that information is starting to vanish. Books erasing themselves, written histories, lores, legends, details about monsters, ancient battles, all vanishing. This is only the first on many stops for Noelle the Scholar, but she's hoping to one day pursue and find out which entity is trying to erase this information and why.
And speaking of the maintenance and the retelling of information, we turn our camera to the last of our cohort. Neo, would you describe for us Darius of Great Legends?
Yes, Darius is one of the original new races that come as a part of this Draw Steel universe, known as the Hakan, which are a giant descendant race where they have the Doom Sight, which is a prophetic vision that they receive, which foretells their death. So cool. So Darius of Great Legends is a traditional oral historian. He is a storyteller. His ethos is that one will never die if their legends are preserved. Through oral tradition and history, their people and himself will live on forever. So, like, even if they succumb to their doom site, they still live on. So preserving those oral histories and traditions is very important to Darius of Great Legends. At first, he fancied himself as a renowned storyteller known far and wide across the land, but he also kind of lived in, like, a secluded rural conclave with the rest of the Hakan, and then an actual, like, hero showed up, like, I think maybe a dragon knight, like, wandered in, and everyone was like, oh my god, so cool, and he's like, wait, I'm small potatoes compared to this guy, like, I need to go out there and make my own legends, otherwise I won't live on, I'll die.
Yeah, like, Sir Balasantarax, the Azure Scale, like, roved through town, and y'all were like a one-session side quest for him, and you were a background character, and you're like, oh man, that guy's a real hero, I gotta...
Yeah, your lack of clout gave you an existential crisis.
Deeply. Darius of Great Legends is a Hakan, so he's very tall, very broad, skin of... It looks like from the art in the book, like almost like made of stone. It looks so cool. He has these very long dreads that are like intricately woven with like beads and gems and like little like silver thingies and gold thingies, and like each strand is like a story or a legend unto itself that he can follow along with his finger and like remember the tale. He no shirt.
Hot.
Maybe some kind of fur if it's cold. I don't know if it's cold here.
It is late summer, so it is warm.
Nice. No shirt. I would say, like, kind of like if you look up old Persian traditional garb, he's wearing the pants that look like that.
Probably wouldn't be pants. It's probably like kind of like a wrap.
Yeah,
of some sort.
it's like a hakama style pant. It's like a skirt almost.
Very cool.
And like a big, like a belt with like jewels in it. Very imposing in stature, but a very friendly smile.
We're all kind of blue.
Yeah, we're all kind of blue.
Yeah, blues, grays, hues.
Team blue. And most importantly, Darius wields a giant iron spike bat, like the kind that Onis carry in like those kind of traditional art pieces. So yeah, he has just like a giant fucking iron spike bat.
Oh, God, that's so
awesome.
cool. The three of you are enjoying is a strong word. You are intaking the meal served to you here at the inn. Not the only armed individuals here. There are two others you see at the bar. Human 20-somethings, gleaming plate mail and scowling as they seem similarly displeased with the quality of the victuals here, and they're in mid-conversation with another robed human, older, in probably her late 50s, who has her hood up. You can't make out much of her face. They're enjoying their meal to the best of their ability, as you all do yours, when the door of the inn slams open with a sudden impact. A wild-eyed woman in her late 30s, wearing a soot-stained apron with a large, still bleeding gash on the side of her head, rushes into the room and falls to her knees before the armored and robed humans sitting at the bar. Please, my daughter was taken on the road. Goblins! The robed woman turns coldly and says, "Our fees are posted on the board. Have you brought payment?" The woman looks up, wild-eyed and blanched face, the blood still drying on the side of her head, and just kind of babbles out a series of half-formed sentences. When it becomes clear she lacks the coin on her person, you see the two gilded hand members begin to scoff and stand to depart.
Noelle will walk up immediately, like, as this is happening. As soon as the woman walks to the door and she sees she is bleeding, you see that she pulls out from a small pouch on her side some basic supplies. Can I do some sort of check to heal or help her? I have proficiency in, like, their version of first aid.
Yeah. What's the skill called? That'll be relevant here, most likely.
The skill is just simply called heal.
Heal. Yeah, if you wanted to dress her wounds here, this would be a test. I would say reason or intuition. I would go intuition here more than reason. It's treating a wound still fresh. So because you have a relevant skill, you'll be adding an additional +2. The core way dice resolution works in this game for tests is a roll of 2d10 plus a relevant attribute, and if there is a relevant skill, that gives an additional +2. And then rolls result in one of 3 tiers. We'll see how we roll right now.
Excellent. You said that was that more reason or intuition?
Let's do intuition for this.
Okay, fantastic. I'll get a total of +3 to this. Ooh, that is not very good. With a 1 on one of the d10s, it's only going to bring my total up to a 6. +3 is 9, which I think is only tier 1.
Yeah, 9 is under 11. Anything 11 or lower in the result is going to be a tier 1 result. 12 to 16 gets you a tier 2, and anything 17 or higher gets you the maximum result of a tier 3. This would be a relatively easy test, and as such, would be a success with a consequence. Rolling here because I wanted a chance to bust out the dice at first, but in truth, I think we would probably not roll for this in a real game. So you are able to dress her wounds, but it's not a clean looking job. She's already had a decent amount of bleeding from the initial impact. You're not able to learn much about the nature of the wound. You're just focused on the immediate bandaging and dressing of it. And she's, I would say, going to be a little faint in the conversation as we proceed.
This should prevent any further bleeding, though you should see a doctor immediately. What is it that caused these injuries?
Amaranth will elbow Darius and be like, "You should get in there. You should be the one talking.
Oh.
Talk loud, talk loud.
Yes.
Make sure everyone knows it's us. Make sure.
Okay, how dare you turn away this woman who has asked you for your help? You gilded hands, more like the hands of greed.
Good one.
Yes.
The two turn in response to your jab and kind of look down their noses at the... Well, they intend to look down their noses, and then they realize they are looking up, quite up. You're like 7 feet tall.
Yeah, like standing up and kind of looming over them.
We each have 1 foot increments, 5 foot, 6 foot, 7 foot.
They look up and intend to leer, but as you stand, you loom. With a look over you, they go a little tight-lipped and say, "The terms of our service are well published and clear. We have other contracts to attend to. Good day, sir."
Cowards.
They make a hurried rush to the exit.
Darius turns to the woman on the floor. Fear not, for we will answer the call. Where did you last see her?
We were looking for some merchants. They were due yesterday, bringing iron to Broadhurst. We assumed they might have gotten lost. It happens, there's woods running along the road. We were passing in the Silverwood. There's an old tomb. We never touch it. It's from my mother's time, or before even that. We'd never go in. I think it's haunted, and as we passed, a band of these little creatures jumped out, and they grabbed my girl, and one of them hit me in the head.
Oh.
I fought, and I tried, but they dragged her to the tomb, and I make swords. I don't wield them. I've no metal for it.
These creatures, what are their physical characteristics?
Small and green with snaggled teeth and big ears. They were armed. Crude weapons.
Can I make some sort of...
These are goblins.
Great.
You're
easy.
a worldly traveler. These are
Good,
small
good,
town
good,
folks,
good.
but you know a Gerblin when you hear
Okay,
one.
excellent,
Here there
excellent.
be.
We're doing some classic fantasy setup here.
Goblins, guerrilla tactics, likely looting, greedy things, at least around these parts.
I ran straight here.
You did well. We can help you. We will need the coordinates of this tomb. We will need... What were their numbers?
There were 5 or 6 that bolted from the tomb and grabbed her.
Okay, we'd be at a disadvantage numbers-wise, but they're small enough. I believe the two of you should be capable.
Please, Small, green little men running about and terrorizing the night. That is exactly the kind of things that we, as great heroes, are bent to destroy and smite from the earth to save this poor woman's daughter. Fear not, citizen, for Darius of Great Legends and his friends will save your daughter. We promise this to thee.
Thank you. Thank you, kind master. You do me so well. And I will pay. I will find a way to repay you, but I must attend to this wound.
Oh, it's okay. You don't have to pay us, but just say that, whenever you hear or you're telling someone that, it was Darius and Noelle and some shady, mysterious blue devil. We just couldn't put a face on her.
Your name is Amaranth.
Shut. Are you writing that down? Are you writing that down?
I know not my letters, ma'am.
Okay, I know your head hurts. Just remember.
You can just write the grape symbol.
Anyway, we will get your daughter, and you will have someone transcribe that for you.
I shall. I'll seek out the letterer of this village.
Thank you.
Normally, I would like to devise a battle plan and a strategy going in, but given the nature of your wounds and what your daughter has likely incurred as well, I do not think we have the time. It seems like we may be somewhat limited in regards to how many resources we can spend beforehand. I would urge us to head out with the utmost haste. Can you lead us there?
I think I have as much in me. With that, the four of you depart. The older blacksmith woman, Ashley, she's in her 30s. She's not that old.
She's from medieval times.
She's 30. The adult woman of regular age. The age of 30 is in demand here in Broadhurst, and it's time for you to follow her.
Yeah, careful there, 29.
Shh, I'm feeling fine.
She leads you out from the town along the North Road. You spy one of those advertisements of the Gilded Hand on the town's notice board as you pass. Quite unreasonable prices. You can't imagine anybody in a farming village this small could possibly scrounge up the amount of crowns they're asking for these tasks.
I think as we pass, Darius is just gonna rip down the paper.
Hell yeah.
Amaranth tastes it. She's like, this is good to know for what we should price ourselves.
And fine quality paper you would recognize.
Perfect.
Price? Our heroics are free, for the legends we create from our heroic deeds will far outlast any gold or copper piece.
Amaranth is already using one of her scrap pieces of paper to practice forging their handwriting.
I love it. She leads you north, up the North Road, across the bridge of the Dun River, and into the Silver Wood. It takes about an hour of travel through the birch trees north of Broadhurst. You head relatively quickly off the road and down a small, overgrown footpath. She stops you just ahead of where the path opens into a clearing. Embedded deep in the ground, in a crevice leading down a set of worn stone stairs, a mossy stone doorway opens to further stairs leading deeper into the earth. There's a set of inscribed letters and an icon of a face over the door in an ancient style. Ashley points to the entombed entrance and says, "There. That's where they took her."
It seems then that in your time away, this has been taken over by the goblins and made into their new domicile. We will need a light source, as well as to likely watch our backs. Some adventuring gear will help as well. As we're kind of getting prepared, is there like some sort of check or maybe like knowledge or intuition I could make to know how to best approach these goblins and how we might fight them going in here?
Would this be maybe a relevant place for you have a particular ability regarding monstrous knowledge, yes?
So I have a couple of different things. So if this is gonna be like strategy focused, I have a specialty in that. It gives me a double edge on any checks in regards to lore related to strategy. However, I'm getting a sense this might be more towards the monster lore category, in which I have a fun little thing called consuming interest. It is Noelle's Complication. It gives me the monster lore skill. I also spent some time upgrading it to give me an additional bonus. However, I don't actually get to roll for this. And in fact, Julian, you roll for this. Do not tell me the results. And instead, you're just going to give me information. And because, well, I'm the scholar, I will just automatically assume it to be true.
Hi there, Moneypenny.
Yeah.
Been a minute.
It's been
Elementary, my dear Memenek.
So will this be reason plus my monster lore?
What's the total plus there?
With reason, it's +2, and then with my monster lore, an additional 3 for a total of 5.
Your knowledge of goblins, and particularly goblins of this region. Historically, and this is some research you did before your arrival, there is a clan of goblins known as an incomprehensible collection of consonants to anyone's ears, but the translation of their Sveth language would be the Jagged Edge, led at the time by Queen Nesbin, though given how long ago they were driven out, presumably leadership of the goblins has since passed to one of her children, or perhaps whichever intrepid goblin succeeded her by force of will and force of arms. The Jagged Edge goblins were, in times past, an issue in the region for the people of Broadhurst before they were driven out and into the Wilderlands and the high mountains to the west. In the time since, they've been an intermittent but rare issue in the region. Raids on farmers and the stealing of cattle, and every once in a while an attack on a trader's caravan, but they lack a pool of larger resources to rely on and are scattered in their organization. When they fight with guerrilla tactics, hit and run, they're sneaky and ambush from hiding places. An individual goblin is no match for any of you on a one-to-one duelist basis. They're both quite small. You could kick them across the room. And also they, are not as formally or masterfully trained in force of arms. They make up for it in numbers and in group organization. They tend to surround their targets and harry them with many small needling attacks, sapping their foes. You also are aware that when gathered in large numbers, to the nose of the, what you would all call yourselves as civilized individuals, they are quite stinky. And in an enclosed space such as this tomb, the smell could be a factor depending on how long they've been there.
I think Noelle pulls out from her medical pouch a couple of cotton swabs and passes one to each of you. Here, for your noses.
Oh, okay.
Goblins have a terrible stench, and they tend to fight using pack tactics, meaning that we will likely be flanked. We'll want to watch each other's backs.
Oh no, I should have taken the devil characteristic that didn't let me be flanked.
Of course, Ashley's immediate warning about the fact that they had lunged out at passersby from within the tomb, I think reasonably puts you all on edge. Are you putting the cotton in your nose right now, or saving that until when you go inside?
I want to smell them. That way, they can't surprise us. If we can smell them coming, then we'll know where they are.
I like it.
Fair enough assessment.
Let's have you maybe give us an intuition-based roll then, Darius. And if you have the alertness skill, you could add a possible +2 to this. Let's see if you're able to detect if there are any in your immediate vicinity, possibly any who would be sneaking up on you at this very moment.
I also have the alertness skill, if that helps at all.
Everyone may roll, if so desired. We will do this as a group roll, meaning everyone rolls, we take the highest result.
Great.
So all of you may roll an intuition roll, and if anyone has alertness, add +2.
I also have alertness. Great.
I don't, and I'm not intuitive, so, it's good.
And I will say, Skyler, you take an edge on this for an additional +2. Edges can stack with your added skill. And the reason you're getting an edge is because you have smelled goblins before and know the particular smell you are looking for.
Amazing. So with an edge, that is going to be a total of 14.
I got a 14 as well.
Tier 2.
I got a 14 as well.
14!
Oh, well, my intuition is -1, so I got a 13.
All right, that's a tier 2 success. Wonderful. It means that the goblins lying in wait amongst the tree line spot you all right at the same time that you smell them. Once they've already gotten a little closer, but not so close that you are surprised. It's time to draw steel. So, now that we've laid out the board, got the minis in place, and drawn up the terrain, this is a novel one. It's been not since Magical Land of Yeld have we had a physical minis on the board. I'm super excited.
Feels good to be back.
It's nostalgic. Back in the saddle, I'm gonna say it.
Yeehaw.
You're coming out of a clearing, just leaving past the edge of the tree line when we are going to be rolling for the initiative here. The two goblins that are emerging from the tree line, not surprising you, but you detect them around the time they detect you. One comes from around a larger birch tree to the left of you, kind of level with you on the ground. To your right, kind of a short cliff face about 10 feet up leads to a continuation of the forest beyond to your right, and the other goblin is emerging from behind another tree up on that cliff face. Ahead of you, the clearing and that divot down into the ground leading to the edifice of the tomb. Because we have no immediate sense for surprise, it's a raw roll. Who would like to roll the d10 to determine which side goes first? 6 or higher, it's the heroes. 5 or lower, it's the gerblin.
Not me.
I'll do it.
2, a gerblin goes first.
I think that makes sense.
Yorp.
The two goblin warriors are each going to charge with spears in hand, one rushing forth and attacking at Amaranth, the other leaping down with a spear tip aimed directly at Darius. Not a large enough fall to trigger any damage. That starts at a 20-foot fall. You could just do 10-foot falls in this game for fucking free. It's cool. They've both got enough movement to close the distance, so they're going to both charge in and attack. First, the attack at Amaranth. Oof. That is a dirty 20, and as such, it's going to be max damage. 5 damage to you, Amaranth, as the spear stabs towards you. For the other, 19. 5 damage to Darius, their maximum result.
Yikes.
These goblins are swinging for the fences right away. Each of you give me a little description of what it looks like when you make first contact with these small beings. They're green, they're wiry, they've got huge bat-like ears, prolonged snouts filled with snaggly teeth, and their black hair is tied back into these kind of a ponytail for one, top knot for the other to keep it out of their eyes.
I think this gerblin just runs up and just straight up stabs me in the foot. I'm like, ow!
As this goblin takes a swing at me, I think I'll start out with a right yell, like, ah! And then from my yell, I'm gonna start singing, like, ah! The song of my people, and I'm gonna start a routine, which is a troubadour ability.
You want you to be going first?
I think so.
Cool.
I'm going to select the routine blocking, which is unique to the auteur subclass of the troubadour. At the end of each of your turns while this performance is active, you can choose up to a number of targets equal to your presence score and teleport those targets to unoccupied spaces in the area. Target can't be teleported in a way that would harm them, such as over a cliff or whatever. So this skill is called blocking, and the subtitle is, no, you lose the audience that way. Try it like this. So I have an aura of 2. So I'm going to...
That'll be at the end of your turn.
That'll be at the end of my turn. So I have the aura of blocking up, and I'm also going to get my troubadour resource, which is drama. So at the start of my turn, I roll a d3. That's 2. Great. And those are going to be points that I will use to enact my skills.
Very cool. Just a great name for a resource, by the way.
Drama, it's so good.
That might be my favorite.
While you decide on what you're going to do, I want to give a little insight into what the auteur's specific vibe is as a troubadour. This subclass of troubadour operates under the knowledge that the magic, quote-unquote, they're doing, like this teleportation with blocking, the troubadour auteur is a character who is retelling the tale of what occurs during the adventure later on at a bar or at a great performance, and any changes that they make to the battlefield are them changing the story in how they retell it and then making that change retroactively true in the fight.
So cool. Okay, great. He's right up in my face. I've got a big hidden stick. I'm gonna do my signature free ability, Devastating Rush. I won't gain the movement bonus, but it's a pretty powerful attack. So I'm gonna attempt to hit it.
Beautiful.
10 plus 7, that's a 17.
Top tier result. How much damage do you do on a 17 up?
15 damage.
15?
Jesus.
This is your free signature?
Yeah.
The goblin is dead.
I crush you. Yeah, because it's power roll plus might or agility, and then my plus, yeah.
Dang.
It's part of the fact that you are the Panther, which gets +4 damage specifically to melee attacks in the tier 3 category.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think I just return the child, and I smack it, and I overestimate my abilities, and I completely flatten it.
I think the goblin is just liquid on the ground. Just torch.
Oops.
Before we continue or get too deep, I know that the enemies got to go first, but isn't it such that only one enemy goes at a time and then passes back to us?
Groups of enemies go at a time. So enemies go in
Oh,
groups.
these are in a group.
And these two are in a group together.
Okay,
So
that's
all three of you will get to go before they go again.
okay.
It is the end of Neo's turn, unless, Neo, you are now free to move, because the only thing that would threaten you with an attack of opportunity is now two-dimensional.
Ooh, in that case, I'm going to see if I can't help out with potentially some flanking. Can I move there?
Is your speed 5?
Yep.
Yep.
My
You
speed is
flank
6.
the other goblin with Amaranth.
Nice.
You rush around a tree, get around the goblin, and now, at the end of your turn, Neo, any blocking rearrangements you want to do. Anyone within 2 squares of you, you want to teleport to a different location within 2 squares of you.
Is there anyone I sense that is not visible?
None within 2 squares of you, no.
Great, then, nope, I think I've got this guy right where I want him.
Yep, you're already flanking.
Excellent. With that, is it okay if I go next?
Go for it.
Okay, fantastic. Noelle is going to first turn to our guide and say, we can take it from here. You should see yourself to safety. And as she goes, the reason I would like to go first is because I want to start off by using a little maneuver. As she points, she's going to say, there's only one left. Focus down the target. And I'm going to use my mark maneuver, which gives anyone attacking them an edge to any power rolls.
Ooh.
So, yes, it's going to make focusing them down a little bit easier. I will also get... Question, was that a heroic ability you used? That was just a kit ability, I imagine?
Yeah, it was a kit main action.
And the singing, is that a heroic ability by chance?
It's an ability you get by being a hero. I'm not... What's
the main
source
reason
of the
I
question?
ask is because the first time in a round that an ally within 10 squares of me uses a heroic ability, I get a focus.
A heroic ability is an ability used by a hero that costs a heroic resource. So in Neo's case, when they use an ability that uses drama...
In that case, I'll just get the 2 from my turn start. I actually don't roll a d3 like either of you. They have it kind of split up into classes based more on order versus those based more on chaos. You guys roll, I just get 2 every turn consistently. With 2 focus, there's not anything in particular I want to do, so I think I'm just gonna try to shoot it, honestly. It is a little point blank, but I think I'm gonna go with my ranged attack that I get from my sniper kit. Actually, you know what? That's less fun. I think it's actually more fun if I do this instead. As she marks it, she just goes, Amaranth, I believe you can handle this. And I'm going to use my Strike Now ability, which basically allows me to allow you to do one of your strikes. You can make a signature ability as a free triggered action, meaning you can do something from your kit or whatever heroic ability you have resource for.
Amazing. I will do. You were watching the wrong one. They can't watch both of you at once, which is kind of my flanking ability. So I will roll, and both me and Darius will get a surge.
Amazing. And you have an edge from flanking and an edge from the mark, which is a double edge, meaning that whatever you roll, just bump the tier up 1 tier higher.
Well, I got a 16 naturally.
Okay, you're already at tier 3. I don't think that bumps it into critical success range. I think
I don't think it
only
does.
that is happening on a natural 19 or 20, but you do full damage with a tier 3 outcome.
11.
11 damage. This Gerblin is thoroughly winded by the blow, and that wasn't even your turn. You gain a surge, Darius gains a surge as the other flanker, and now it's your turn as the flanker.
And I get to roll a D3 to see how many insight I get. I get 1 insight.
Mm-hmm.
And why not? Let me do my other signature ability, Fade, from Cloak and Dagger. So I'm a stab.
Stab him. You still have an edge from the flanking, so +2 to this roll.
And they're still marked.
That lasts how long?
Until the end of the encounter, I'm dying, or until they die, or I use the ability again.
Wow, it just lasts. Okay, so
already-
you are
Just
still
lasts.
double edge.
All right, that's awesome because with a +2 and the +2 for my ability, I would have only gotten a 9, but that means that I'm bumping up to tier 2 success.
Yeah, assuming your regular roll would have been tier 1.
Yes. So I'll do 8 damage and I can shift 2 squares. So I think I'll just kind of shift back 2 squares.
Fantastic. And shift back you do as you finish the other goblin off. Describe how you end this poor creature's life.
Fuck you, and I'll just slash his throat.
You aim low and strike true with your daggers.
Yes.
Very nice. A fittingly sized blade for a fittingly sized foe as it falls dead on the ground.
And as an ally has attacked a creature that I've marked, I'm gonna grab a focus.
Ooh, you get rewarded for them doing that?
Yeah, I just get
Oh, the machine.
the machine.
Moves. Amazing. With that, the clearing falls silent for but a moment. But in due time, as we enter into the second round, 4 more goblins. 2 of them similarly armed with spears, another 2 swords, slink and then rush their way out from the far tomb across the clearing, and with blood in their eyes, make a beeline for the party and innocent Ashley. And we'll rejoin for the second wave of this combat on the next episode of Tiny Table.
No, I want to keep going.
Come at me if you dare.
That's good
All right.
shit.
Are we ready?
You can't say yeah and then blow your nose 5 feet away from the recording table. That is definitively no. That is like the least ready any of us could be.
Hey, Holly, are you ready? Holly, opens the door and walks out of the bar. Yeah, I'm good. Slam. And then she's like, let me just call the elevator. Let me wait and then call the elevator.
All right, we have to strike when there's silence, otherwise we'll never get done.
Hi, and thank you for listening to our podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, then we'd really appreciate if you left us a review. If you really like what we do here and want to support us further, you can join us at patreon.com/tinytablepodcast. Our business email is also open for inquiries at tinytablebusiness@gmail.com, and all of our socials can be found in the episode description for any shenanigans you might want to follow. Till next time, see ya!
Welcome to the Shout Out Corner. This week, I'm assigning you all medieval or otherwise Renaissance style, old school weaponry so that you too can draw steel. Starting off first with Anna. You're getting assigned the classic longbow. And you know what? I'll throw in a bonus. You can have some arrows as well. Callie, you've got the long sword, another in the beloved series of elongated weaponry. Drake, you've been assigned the rapier, a weapon that I actually own and have in my house right now. Thank you, Renaissance Festival. E.G., you've got the crossbow. It's like the longbow's kind of edgier or more scientific cousin. From there, Emerson, you've been assigned the battle axe, an absolute classic and favorites of barbarians everywhere. Jade, you've been given the glaive. I have a personal love for pole arms, so you know that I like you a little extra when I'm giving you this one. Joe, you're being assigned daggers. They can be of any variety, and you know what? I'll even throw in 2 of them for you. Dual wield time. Jordan, you're getting the javelin, mostly because I kind of liked how the two of those sounded together with the alliteration. Cly, you're getting the flail. The flail never fails, and with this weapon, neither shall you. Logan, you're getting the classic cudgel. I just wanted to play with more alliteration there, but have fun bonking people on the head. Matthew, you've been given the Morning Star. Okay, I promise this one wasn't actually on purpose alliteration-wise, but hey, have fun, swing that thing around, but try not to poke yourself. Nancy, you're getting the Warhammer, a weapon so popular that it spawned a series of miniature tactical battle games, so, that's pretty cool. Pleasure Goblin, you're getting the Flanged Mace. It might be the Flanged Mace. Flanged sounds a little better. It's a spiky club metal thing. Go hit some people. Sparky, you're getting the Spiked Club, another spiked bludgeoning weapon. This one would probably do terrible work at a baseball field, so, use it for violence only. Be responsible. Stefan, you're receiving a cutlass, a classic from the 7 seas. Whether you're joining the Navy or planning on a little plundering, I hope you stay safe out on the waters. Tammy, you're getting the trident. I had originally assigned you the spear, but then I thought, hey, 3 prongs are better than 1. Enjoy your giant murder fork. The first 4 notes of Megalovania, you're receiving the lance. Take it, wield it, and I hope you win your next joust. And finally, Thy Dungeon Gal, I'm cheating for this one. It's a fantasy realm. You're just getting magic in its entirety. Did I save the best for last? Probably, but hey, we'll have to see. With that, good luck. Don't hurt too many people or hurt a lot of people. And with that, peace out.